Hey, I'm Jay from the Kubz Cast. Welcome back to another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. This is the final day of the trial of Miles Edgeworth. We are going to do everything we can to save him. If you guys are cool with that, you down with that? Everybody get ready and buckle up, because here we go! December 28, 9:51 a.m. District Court Defendant Lobby Number 2. This is it. Judgment Day. Today, things are going to get settled at last. A lot of things. Whoa! What's the big idea? Sorry, Nick. I only touched your shoulder. I guess the shock hasn't worn off from my run-in with the stun gun yesterday. Anyhow, today's the last day of the trial. Good luck, Nick. Yeah, thanks, Maya. Edgeworth is looking glum as always. I hope Von Karma doesn't push him too hard. Whoa! What are you doing? Sorry, I'm sorry. I just thought I'd cheer you up with a pat on the back. Maya, maybe you should go outside and discharge? Right, good idea. Try not to electrocute anyone on your way out. Whoa, pal! He got shocked too? What's gotten into that girl? Detective Gumshoe! Morning, Mr. Edgeworth? Good morning. How did it go, Detective? Have no fear. As promised, I've captured our runaway caretaker. I just brought him in. Took all night, pal. Thanks, Detective Gumshoe. You must be tired. Actually, after that shock I got on the way in, I feel pretty good. Yogi says he's forgotten his own name. But that has to be a lie. Why would he want revenge on Edgeworth if he couldn't remember his past? He does remember, and I'm gonna prove it. Yeah, because the parrot can repeat the DL6 incident thing. Duh. December 28, 10 a.m., District Court, Courtroom Number 3. How could the parrot know what to say if that guy never taught him what to say, you know what I'm saying? Court is now in session for the trial of Miles Edgeworth. The defense is ready, Your Honor. The prosecution is ready. Right. Very well. We have reached the final day of our proceedings in this trial. I ask that the prosecution submit decisive evidence. Understood. Come on, don't be awed into silence by every little thing he says. Very well, Mr. Von Karma, your opening statement. Right. Thanks to Detective Gumshoe's efforts, the boat rental shop caretaker has been arrested. In yesterday's trial, the defense asserted that the caretaker was the murderer. However, the caretaker has yet to confirm this. I would like to ask the defense to cross-examine him as much as necessary. Very well. Please bring the witness into the courtroom. Of course he's sleeping. Because why not, right? Ladies and gentlemen of the court, I believe you all remember our witness. He lives in the boat rental shop on the lake, from where he witnessed the incident. In addition, he has currently lost memory of his name and identity. Witness! Why did you run away yesterday? What? Objection already to the judge? The witness was not running away, as he will now testify. I see. Very well. Please begin your testimony. Wake up! Witness testimony, why I left court. Alright, guys, witness testimony, the first one of the day. Lock it! I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I, went to buy some food for Polly, see? I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. So my testimony yesterday stands as is. Okay, there's some holes in there. I see some leaks. Very well. Let's begin the cross-examination, shall we? He has to know his name. Yanni Yogi. You're Yanni Yogi, and I'm gonna prove it! Let's go, Phoenix. Let's do this. Cross-examination. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did. Okay, that's fine. But I wasn't running away or nothing. I, went to buy some food for Polly, see? Okay, he said we are gonna hold it! Food? Well, Polly's a bit of a gourmand, you see? She only eats these high-quality bird pellets from France. They only have them in the big pet shop downtown. But you weren't arrested until this morning. Why didn't you go back to the caretaker's shack? Well, I kind of got lost, you see? The witness has trouble remembering things sometimes. When the police apprehended him, he was on his way back to the shack. Yeah, right. Nice try, Von Karma. No one's gonna believe that. I see. So he was lost? Please, Your Honor, come to your senses. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. How do you know, huh? How do you know that? You've lost much of your memory, is that correct? Yup. Seems like it. Then how could you know that you didn't have anything to do with this incident? Or maybe you're lying about not having your memory, You know exactly who you are! The witness has testified quite clearly that he has no memory of who he is. If you claim he's lying, then show the court proof! How am I supposed to prove what's going on in that old codger's head? That's impossible! Huh! I'm glad you've come to your senses, Mr. Wright. Very well, witness. Please continue. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. Yes, you do. First things first, I have to prove this man is who he is. Do that and the motive will prove itself. Okay, got it. I'm really sorry about just leaving yesterday like I did, but I wasn't running away or nothing. I went to buy some food for Polly. I figured I got nothing to do with this incident anyhow. I mean, I'd need one of those motive things, right? And I don't got one. Okay. The erstwhile companion of the bow shop caretaker answers to the name Polly. File on the DL6 incidents. Photograph of the scene of the murder. And taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. Still bears clear ballistic markings. Okay. I don't know what the importance of that is, but we're gonna figure it out soon. So let's see here. I think that we are gonna wind it up and we are gonna use the parrot one time for the homie DJ Screw. Objection! This evidence clearly... Oh, nope. I'm gonna get a strike. That always happens. He always says, this evidence clearly blah, 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 and then we're gonna get a strike. Yikes. I thought we were gonna reveal with the parrot that the parrot knows about the DL6 incident, but I think that we gotta use the DL6 case file, so we're gonna wind it up again and... Objection! Uh-oh! This isn't no good! Okay, I guess we gotta question this. How can you say you had no motive? I say you do. You had a grudge against Edgeworth and the victim, Robert Hammond. That's why you took revenge on them, right? Please don't make me repeat myself, Mr. Wright. This witness has no memory of anything beyond several years ago. He can't hold a grudge. It's impossible. I have to prove he's lying about his memory. Otherwise, it's going to be the same thing over and over until the trial ends. Might I say something, Mr. Wright? Yes? Yes, Your Honor? You've been saying the same thing now over and over. You've been calling the witness's memory of the past or lack thereof into question. But, does this really have anything to do with the current case? Of course, Your Honor. The witness has said he has nothing to do with this case and no motive. Both of these statements are lies! Yes, discuss those lies. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, there is a serious problem with your claim. Or, are you saying you know who this witness is? Of course, Your Honor. Ho ho! Now, this is interesting. I would like to know myself. So, who is he? Don't play dumb, Bon Karma. I know, he was just shocking my titties yesterday. Mr. Wright, please tell us this witness's name. Gregory Edgeworth. Come on, dog. Yanni Yogi Robert Hammond. He is Yanni mother-sucking Yogi. His name is Yanni Yogi, a former court bailiff. Yogi? That name seems familiar. Oh. Yanni Yogi? From the DL6 incident? It figures the judge would have heard of it. It was such a famous case. But what does this mean? Your Honor, if this man is Mr. Yogi, then he has a clear motive. Jumping to conclusions again, Mr. Wright. This man, this witness, is Yanni Yogi? Fascinating. However, how do you propose to prove this to the court? This is a court of law, as you may recall. You need proof! This is it. I have to do this now. If I can't prove he's Yogi right here, right now, then I've got nowhere else to go. Nick, how are you gonna prove it? How can you prove that he's Yanni Yogi? It's okay. It's actually quite simple. Your Honor, please take this man's fingerprints. Then, we'll compare them to the fingerprints on file from Yanni Yogi 15 years ago. I see. That makes sense. Huh? I'm so very, very sorry, Mr. Wright. Why? The witness has no fingerprints! What? What? No fingerprints? How? You see, before I worked as a caretaker, I worked at a chemical plant. I burned my fingers working with the stuff. Yup. What? Yogi, you sneak! You burn your fingerprints off to hide your past.
Well, if the witness has no fingerprints, I guess we will not be able to prove his identity.
No. Well, what will you do, Mr. Wright? It seems that the case has been decided, no? No! I know what happened. I know everything. I just can't prove it. But no, I can't let it end like this. I can't lose. There has to be another way. There is no one who can testify as to who this witness is. No one! Nick, what are we gonna do? I didn't even consider that he might have erased his fingerprints. What do I do? Well, Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to cross-examine his parrot for a little comic relief, Yeah, very funny. You're a sore winner, Von Karma. Wait a second. Cross-examine his parrot. What is it, Nick? No, you're not going to. Your Honor! The defense would like to take Mr. Von Karma up on his proposal.
Take Mr. Von Karma up?
On my proposal? Exactly, Your Honor. I would like to cross-examine the witness's pet parrot. Yes, jury. Pet parrot.
Well, what do you think, Mr. Von Karma?
Need you even ask? This is a farce! I object! Objection! Yeah, object that, Phoenix! Wait a second! You were the one who suggested I cross-examine the parrot, Von Karma. I have a right to do so as you suggested. Well, if you're so desperate, then please be my guest. Of course, should you go through with this, and nothing comes of it, then I hope you're ready for the consequences. Nick, this is crazy. Well, still want to go through with your little game? Yes, I'm doing it, of course, because we know the trigger words to get Polly to say what we want them to say, so let's get it! Let the parrot take the stand! I will cross-examine her, Your Honor. This is the most ridiculous thing I have ever heard! Von Karma's rigged every person's testimony, every piece of evidence, except the parrot. She's my last chance. At least, I think so.
Bailiff, bring in the parrot.
Let's go. Cross-examining the parrot. Hey.
That's quite a bird. Please tell us your name. Name! The witness is ignoring me.
It must hurt to be ignored by a bird.
Ahem. Very well. Witness? Who is your owner? Please, testify for us.
Alright, guys. Witness testimony on the bird. Right eye, left eye. Lock in.
Hello. Hello. Huh?
That's it. That's what we do.
Certainly the most concise testimony we've had so far. Very well. Begin your cross-examination.
Right. What are you gonna do, Nick? I don't know. What do we do, Maya? How do we get him to talk? I mean her, sorry. How do we get her to talk?
Hello, squawk.
Okay, hold it! Witness, You can't just say hello and expect us to get anywhere. I want you to testify. Maya, you talk to her. Right. What do I say? Have we forgotten something? What's your name? What's the safe number? Have we forgotten something? And then she's gonna say, "Cock, DL6 incident, cock." As I recall, 2 days ago. Yeah, 2 days ago. Polly, have we forgotten something?
Cock! Don't forget DL6. Cock!
See? Told you guys. If I can get Polly to say that here, that will prove that the caretaker had something to do with DL6. Polly, have we forgotten something?
Hello. Cock!
That's not what you're supposed to say. Forgot. Something we forgot.
Hello. Cock!
Uh-oh, it's not working, Nick. She won't say it. This is ridiculous. Why won't she say it? Something the matter, Mr. Wright? Wait. Don't tell me Von Karma expected this. He couldn't have retrained the parrot, could he? Did he train her not to respond when we asked if we'd forgotten anything? How would he even know that? Uh-oh. Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yogi. Okay, we gotta do it again, guys. We gotta pick a different choice this time, though. This time we're gonna say, "What's your name?" Maybe I should get her to say her name. Polly, what's your name?
Polly. Quack! Mr. Wright, I think we've established that this parrot is named Polly. Does this have anything to do with her owner's identity?
Of course. Yes, it does. Ha! Fascinating. You claim that the parrot's name will prove her owner's identity? Then show us this proof. Nick, don't you think you're taking the bluffing a little too far? Listen, we're not here to answer the question of who is the caretaker. We're here to prove that he is Yanni Yogi. All we have to do is tie the name Polly to Yogi. Your Honor, the proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... what? Uh-oh. Okay, let's do this. The proof that the parrot's name reveals the caretaker's identity is... Okay. Whoops! No, I didn't mean to click that. I'm just looking over the things. Come on, man. Right here. DL6. Present.
The DL6 case file?
That's quite a large file you have there. Which page is this proof on, then? Show us or stop wasting our time.
Very well. Mr. Wright, please show us the page. Where in this file is the information connected to this parrot's name?
Case summary, victim data, suspect data. Suspect data! It's on the suspect data page. This page has all the information about Yanni Yogi. Right after he was arrested, his fiancée committed suicide, see?
Indeed. It does say that, yes?
What was his fiancée's name?
Polly Jenkins. Polly!
Exactly, Your Honor. He wanted to remember the name of his fiancée who had committed suicide. That's why he renamed his parrot after her!
I see. I guess that is possible.
A mere coincidence, that's all. My granddaughter has a dog she calls Phoenix. Well, Mr. Phoenix Wright, does this make you my granddaughter's fiancé? She's only 7 years old!
Indeed. Alone, it is a little weak for evidence in a murder trial. We would need some other corroborating evidence.
Where am I gonna find that? Nick, we're getting closer. One more. If we could just get one more piece of evidence. Right, but what?
Very well, witness. You may continue.
Well, I guess we should try to get some information out of her. We need to show the judge that her owner is Mr. Yanni Yogi. I know that. Okay, this time we're gonna choose what's the safe number. Maybe I'll get her to say the number of that safe. Huh? The safe? Why? Let's just try to get her to say anything, okay? Polly, what was the number to the safe in the shack?
1228. 1228. My, what a reckless parrot. Well, Mr. Wright, you aren't claiming that this number has something to do with the caretaker.
It does, because it's the safe inside of his shack. Duh. Actually, it does. That's why I had her say it. Ha! Ridiculous! How can the number to a safe tell us who the caretaker is? Show us your proof. What could possibly link this number to the caretaker's true identity? Okay, hold on. Trying to think, buddy. Trying to think. Okay, taken from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. No, I can't do that. Oh, whoops. Okay, hold on. I gotta read all this stuff. It's gotta be the DL6 case file again because that's how we found the other file, the revenge note, right? Let's do it. The DL6 case file? What is this obsession you have with that case?
Mr. Wright, where in this file is something relating to the safe number?
Case summary, victim data, suspect data. Date 12/28/2001, location elevator, district courthouse. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at time of incident. No clues found on the scene. It's gotta be victim data because Miles Edgeworth was on that revenge note. Please. It's on the victim data page.
Mr. Wright, this file is from a case 15 years ago. I don't see anything about a safe in here at all.
I believe this is another one of Mr. Wright's bluffs.
Very well, witness. Continue your testimony.
Was that not it? Okay, it's not victim data or suspect data. It's gotta be case summary. It's on the case summary page.
The case summary?
Specifically, the date on which the DL6 incident occurred. Okay, here we go.
The date of the incident? December 28? Why, that's today's date. 15 years ago.
And the number on that safe is 1228.
Ah!
He used the date of the DL6 incident as the number for his safe, Your Honor. That's how important that date was to him.
I see. It certainly is an interesting coincidence. People often do set their secret numbers to dates.
Objection!
This is not tangible proof. I set my ATM card's number to 0001 because I'm number one. Come on, bro. Oh my god. This has nothing to do with the date. Nothing. What an awesome reason to have 001 as your ATM pin.
That's enough. I think we've reached a conclusion here.
This is a mere coincidence, that's all.
True, that is a possibility. However, two coincidences at the same time seem more like a pattern to me.
What are you saying?
Summon the caretaker of the boat shop. Immediately.
Let's go. We did good, guys. We did good. Blow that snot bubble and let's get to it.
Witness, tell us your name.
Wait! This witness, he doesn't remember. No, it's okay. Whoa! What the? Yo, he looked like a new man. I've accomplished what I wanted to. I'm done. Nick, he looks totally different. This is the real Yogi, I think. Finally. He's been acting feeble to hide his true identity. Acting for 15 years. Well, give him an Oscar, cause bravo. Bravo, Yanni.
Well, let me ask you again. Please state your name for the court.
My name is Yanni Yogi. 15 years ago, I served as a bailiff in this very court. Yes, this very court, jury.
Order! Order! Yanni Yogi! So was it you who killed Robert Hammond? And tried to frame Miles Edgeworth for his death?
Yes, it was me. I did it. They put me on the witness stand 15 years ago. Robert Hammond, he said I was mentally unsound. He told me he would make me innocent, get me off the hook. So, I pretended to have brain damage. I was innocent, really, but he didn't believe me. We won the trial, but I lost everything. I lost my job, my fiancé, my social standing. Then, this year, 15 years later, a package arrived. It was a letter and a pistol. The plan was written out in careful detail. It was a plan for me to take my revenge on the people who ruined my life. I didn't care who had sent it. I thought this was my chance after 15 years. This was it! Finally, a chance to have my revenge on Robert Hammond and Miles Edgeworth. I have no regrets.
Wait a moment. Revenge against Miles Edgeworth? What do you mean?
I'm not at liberty to speak on that matter. Why don't you ask Mr. Edgeworth yourself? Anyway, I admit it. I was the one who killed Robert Hammond.
Von Karma, where is Mr. Yogi?
Under arrest, Your Honor. I saw no room for error in his confession.
Then, the defendant, Miles Edgeworth, is?
Innocent. In this case, at least.
Very well. Will the defendant please take the stand?
Oh man, I'm worried about him, guys. This is the very last day before that trial gets completely wiped out, so he can still be declared guilty on that, so I'm nervous for him.
There are few mysteries left unsolved. Still, you're cleared of suspicion for this particular case. So I would like to pass judgment on the murder of Mr. Robert Hammond. Any objections?
I don't believe it. Why isn't Von Karma saying anything?
Very well. This court finds the defendant, Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty.
Woohoo!
Yeah, bring down that confetti all over my face. I'll take it.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
Objection!
What?
Who?
Did someone just say objection?
It wasn't Von Karma. Wait, but that means... No. No, Edgy Boy, no! Your Honor, I object to your judgment.
What do you mean?
I'm not innocent at all. As we have heard, Yanni Yogi killed Robert Hammond in revenge. But, revenge for what? Nick, Edgeworth is trying to confess. He's gonna say he's guilty. He's gonna tell them he was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He's gonna tell them he killed his own dad. Uh-oh, what do I do? Raise an objection, leave it to Edgeworth. Uh-oh. Do we leave it to Edgy Boy or do we raise an objection? You know, we gotta protect Edgy. We gotta do it.
Objection!
The judgment has already been passed. I object to Edgeworth's outburst.
Objection!
Didn't something like this happen yesterday, too? I believe a certain witness raised an objection after a guilty verdict was passed. That would be Larry. Harry stinking freaking butts. We must hear this new statement. We must hear Miles Edgeworth.
He's right. We have a duty to hear Mr. Edgeworth out.
Oh boy. Edgy Boy. Come on, man. For 15 years, I've had a recurring dream. A nightmare. It's only a nightmare. That's what I told myself. But now I know it wasn't a dream. Yanni Yogi wasn't the killer.
You mean in the incident where your father died?
From the distance of the shot, it wasn't suicide either. Everything was as clear as day. The murderer, the criminal in the DL6 incident. It was me. Your Honor, I confess my guilt. I am guilty for DL6, the statute of limitations of which ends today. The culprit is me. Then why are you pointing at Phoenix?
Order! Order! This is certainly unexpected. The defendant, declared innocent, is confessing to a different crime. A crime for which the statute of limitations runs out today. I'm not really sure how I should deal with this.
Ah! It's obvious. We hold the trial, right here, right now. We tried this man for his crime of 15 years ago. What? Come on, man. You guys weren't even alive back then.
I think I would like to take a 5-minute recess. During this time, I will consider the appropriate course of action to take. Court is adjourned.
Oh, dude. I thought we nailed that. And then maybe Edgy was gonna, zip his mouth, but nah. December 28, 2:24 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 2. I'm sorry, Wright. I just wasted all of your effort. Mr. Edgeworth, I don't believe it, sir. I mean, you killed your dad? I didn't want to believe it myself, Detective. But it's the truth. I deserve to be punished. Murder is murder, no matter what the circumstances. This is crazy! Just crazy! Nick, what are you doing? Huh? Oh, I was just reading through the court record once more. I'm getting my case ready. Your case? For what? Huh? Isn't it obvious? I'm gonna prove that Miles Edgeworth is innocent. What are you talking about, pal? He just admitted to it. He confessed that he did it in court. I'm sorry, Edgeworth, but I don't believe your nightmare. What? It's just a dream. It's not real. The truth is right here in this court record. In any case, tighten your belts. The real fight is just beginning. I'll prove you're innocent. Trust me. Right. Ooh, okay. I'm glad it didn't say to be continued. I was worried. I was looking at the bottom right. I was like, is it gonna say it? But we're about to jump into it right now, so let's go.
Now then, I would like to resume our trial.
Judge, Miles Edgeworth has admitted to his own guilt. He has confessed his crime. Let us begin by hearing his testimony. Then, though pointless, let the defense do their cross-examining. The statute of limitations on the DL6 incident runs out today. Though it's unconventional for me, I'd like to run this one by the book.
I see. Does the defense have any objections?
No, Your Honor. Von Karma, you knew this was gonna happen from the very beginning, didn't you?
Very well. Will Miles Edgeworth take the stand?
What if we wait until midnight, you know? When the statute of limitations runs out. Then he'll be innocent no matter what because the whole thing's gonna run out, right? Come on, guys. I'm trying to find loopholes. I'm trying to be my best lawyer. Will the witness state his name and profession? Miles Edgeworth. I am a prosecuting attorney. Mr. Edgeworth, 15 years ago, you mistakenly killed your father, Gregory Edgeworth. Is this correct? It is correct. Then testify about this matter to the court. When Edgeworth was telling me about his dream yesterday, I noticed something. One detail didn't quite fit. That will be the key, but only if I can get it to work. Please, please. What detail? Okay, guys, witness testimony. We gotta lock eyes on Edgy Boy. I know you all love him, so you're already locked in. Let's go. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Just then, something heavy fell at my feet. I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. That's all.
And until now, you thought this memory was a dream?
We were stuck in that elevator for 5 hours. The oxygen in the elevator ran out and I lost my memory of the events. Bah! The same claim Mr. Yogi has made.
Very well. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination, please.
Yes, Your Honor. Alright, let's try to find some holes in this one, guys. That day, I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. That seems good. As we went to leave, an earthquake struck, trapping us in the elevator. Okay, I might question that one, but not yet. My father and Mr. Yogi lost their composure and began to argue. Hold it! What did you do then? I was a 9-year-old boy at the time. What could I do? I was scared, trembling in the corner. But then, just then, something heavy fell at my feet. Okay, hold that! What was it? A pistol. I assume it was the bailiff, Yanni Yogi's. The safety must have come off when it fell from his holster. And you picked it up. What happened next? I picked it up and threw it at Mr. Yogi. I wanted them to stop fighting. Did you know it was a pistol when you threw it? I think I knew. I knew it was dangerous. But the air was getting so thick, I panicked. So, you're saying that you threw the pistol at Mr. Yogi? I was in a daze. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Okay, hold on real quick. I gotta see what evidence I have, because we have the bullet. The single bullet that was in Edgeworth's dad's heart still bears clear ballistic markings, okay? That was taken from his heart. Photograph of the scene of the murder. Okay, let me check this real quick. Photograph of the scene of the murder. Let's see here. Wait, so why is there a bullet hole inside of the elevator window? Was he standing behind there like that? Like, was he standing towards the window? I don't know. Okay. So I have these two pieces of evidence, right? And what else do I have? An old photograph, DL6 incident, Exhibit A is written on the back. Okay, misty face photo. Taken automatically on 12/25 at 12:15 a.m. Misty face photo, the photograph, and the markings are the only pieces of evidence that I have in this case, I believe. Okay, so let's hold this. The gun fired once? Yes. I think. After I threw it, I lost consciousness. Since then, they've echoed in my head every day. That gunshot and that horrible scream. The scream. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Hold it! To this day? To this day? Yes, I can practically hear it now. I doubt I will ever forget that scream as long as I live. There it is. One part of that testimony clearly contradicts the evidence. But I don't know what it means. I better find out and quick. Okay, that day I had gone to the courtroom to observe one of my father's trials. As we went to leave, okay, let's go back to the one where he said he heard that scream. And then let's question that. It was a terrible scream. I remember it to this day. Okay, so let's see this. Let's check this. Air in elevator was oxygen depleted at the time. No clues found on the scene. Defense attorney trapped in elevator returning from lost trial with his son. One bullet found in the heart. The murder weapon was fired twice. The murder weapon was fired twice. Hold up. There's a contradiction right there. Okay, hold on. We gotta go back. We gotta go back to when he said he heard one shot. A moment later, there was a single gunshot, then a scream. Okay, there it is, guys. Single gunshot. We are gonna wind it up right now. You guys are doing it with me, right? All right. Objection! Are you sure you only heard one gunshot? Yes, I'm sure of that. I heard the shot and the scream. Then everything faded. I was unconscious until the rescuers came.
I see.
No, Your Honor. Unfortunately, you don't. Look at this file one more time. This plainly contradicts the witness's testimony. No, don't object me. I have the evidence. You do enjoy dragging out that file, don't you? I don't accept this evidence unless you can tell us what page it's on. I can because I just pulled it up, baby! Which page contradicts Miles Edgeworth's testimony? Victim data, take that! Look at the victim data in this file. It says it quite plainly. The murder weapon was fired twice. Yes, twice, jury. Twice! Miles Edgeworth only heard one gunshot. Yet, the murder weapon was fired twice. The first shot was the accidental firing when the pistol was thrown. So, who fired the remaining shot? You guys know.
Was there perhaps another shooter who fired that second shot?
Your Honor, as I'm sure you're aware, this incident occurred 15 years ago. The evidence is dated. The pistol did fire twice. However, we do not know when that second shot was fired. It might have been fired the day before the incident. There is no proof that the second shot had anything to do with this incident. What?
I see. You do have a point, Mr. Wright. The murder weapon was fired twice, as we have heard. One of those shots was fired by the defendant, a boy at the time. Do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case?
Yes or no? Ooh, do you have any proof that the other shot fired had something to do with this case? I guess. I'm gonna just say yes. Your Honor, I think I will be able to show you proof. What? Impossible!
Now, Mr. Von Karma, save your surprise for after you've seen the evidence. Very well, Mr. Wright. Show us your proof.
Is it the bullet?
Do you have evidence that the second firing of the pistol is related to this incident?
Okay. It's either the photo or it's this bullet right here. So let's present this first.
Mr. Wright, please think how we feel having to look at this evidence time and time again. Every time you show us ridiculous evidence, I feel, well, mocked.
I mean, I really don't mean any harm by it, Your Honor.
Not meaning any harm and not doing any harm are two different things, Mr. Wright. Try again, Mr. Wright.
Aw, crap. You know what? It's gotta be the photo then. Let's do it. Look at this photograph. This is a photograph of the scene of the crime, 15 years ago. I can see that the victim lying there is Gregory Edgeworth. This proves the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. This photo proves it.
So, let me get this straight. This photo proves 2 shots were fired? Where?
Your Honor, please get a clue. Show the judge the contradiction in the photo. Okay, it's gotta be the bullet right here, right? Bam! As should be obvious, the contradiction is here.
I see. A bullet hole in the door.
Your Honor, Gregory Edgeworth was killed by a shot from the pistol. Yet, there is also a bullet hole in the elevator door. We also know that the murder weapon was fired twice. Thus, someone other than Edgeworth fired that second shot! Yeah!
Order! Order! Mr. Wright, what are you driving at?
It's simple, Your Honor. At the time of the incident, 2 shots were fired. One went into Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other hit the elevator door. Remember that the defendant lost consciousness after the shot he fired rang out. In conclusion, we must agree that the second shot was fired by someone else.
Mr. Wright! But who could that someone else be?
The murderer, of course. I knew I should have stepped in before your wild fantasies got out of hand. Mr. Wright, look once more at the DL6 incident case file. Look closely. Try the case summary page. The case summary. That's on page 1. Look what is written there. Not a single clue was found on the scene. If the pistol had indeed been fired 2 times, then the other bullet would have been discovered on the scene.
He does have a point.
That second bullet has never been found. Why? Because the second bullet does not exist. The bullet that claimed Gregory Edgeworth's life was the one fired by his own son. That is the truth of this matter. The whole truth. It was undoubtedly something else that had made the bullet hole in the door. That's gonna be hard to debunk.
Order! I will have order! Mr. Wright has proven one thing to us quite clearly. That the murder weapon was fired twice at the time of the incident. However, as Mr. Von Karma says, the second bullet fired was not found. It is highly unlikely that the police merely overlooked this second bullet. So, all we have is the single bullet fired. I'm afraid I have to discount the defense's claim.
I praise the judge for his wisdom in this matter. Gah, how did this happen? I don't believe that the second bullet didn't exist. Was I wrong? Have I been wrong about this whole incident? What are you doing, Nick? Why aren't you raising an objection? I'm sorry, Maya. What? It looks like I was wrong. Nick! If the second bullet wasn't there, then all of my conjectures are for nothing. No. But you said you'd do it, Nick. You said you'd get Edgeworth declared innocent. I'm sorry. It's just, when I saw the photograph, I thought that 2 shots had been fired. I was so certain of it. I thought I'd won. I thought there was another person, someone else who fired the killing shot. But now, I was wrong to think it could be that simple. This case has stood unsolved for 15 years. Nick.
Well, it seems that we have finally cleared up this incident. Only 1 bullet was found at the scene of the crime. That shot was fired by Miles Edgeworth.
Precisely.
I would like to ask one thing of Miles Edgeworth before passing my verdict. Have you been paying attention to the trial so far?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you have any objections?
No. No, I do not.
So you killed your father, though that was not your intention?
Yes, I did. Oh no. He's accepted the guilt.
Very well. The statute of limitations on the murder of Gregory Edgeworth runs out today. Therefore, I must pronounce a verdict on the defendant today, right here.
Right now!
Indeed. Does anyone have any objections?
I've been here before. It's just like my first day in court. There are so many things I know I should be saying. But my mind's gone blank. I can't find the words.
Mr. Wright?
No objections. I have an objection. I don't. But maybe we can waste time so the statute of limitations runs out.
Objection!
Your Honor, I object. Mr. Wright, on what grounds do you object, Ooh, Nick. I don't know. His case is perfect. Oh no. Ah! It must exist. The second bullet. Mia? Mamma Mia? What? What did you just say? Nothing. The second bullet must exist? But where? Someone took it.
It seems waiting is not going to produce us any answers from that, Mr. Wright.
Wait, Your Honor! The second bullet, it existed!
What? But we've just heard proof that it did not exist.
I realize that, Your Honor. I'm really grasping here. It's just, someone took it from the scene of the crime. That's what happened.
But who?
The murderer! The murderer? Then tell us, just who is this murderer? I'm still thinking about that one.
So the criminal took the second bullet? But why?
Huh?
First of all, how would they have found it? It's not easy to find a stray bullet, Mr. Wright. Was there some pressing need for the murderer to search for that bullet? The murderer had to find it, the murderer didn't need it. What do you mean the murderer didn't need it? The murderer didn't need it. The murderer had to find it.
Of course there was a need. That's why they took it. Bah! What possible reason could they have had? Well, the reason the murderer took the bullet away from the scene with them is the bullet would be proof the murderer was cautious. The bullet would be proof, duh. Maybe they thought that the bullet would be used as proof?
Aw, crap, I'm gonna get a strike. Proof?
It was a special bullet, so they took it with them. If that was the case, then they should have taken the bullet from inside Gregory as well. Huh? Why would they only take one of the two shots fired? Oh, right.
Mr. Wright, have you really thought this through? I'm going to have to penalize you.
Dude! Okay, I don't think that saying the murderer had to find it is the right answer, so we're just gonna go with the murderer didn't need it. Why would the murderer have spent the time to look for that stray bullet? I haven't got a clue.
What's wrong, Mr. Wright?
Bah! The murderer had no reason to take that bullet. You don't want to admit it, but it's true! He had to take it. Had to take it? The murderer? What does that mean? You're thinking too normal. Think crazy. Don't think why the bullet was taken. Think of why the bullet had to be taken.
Mr. Wright?
Yes, Your Honor. I have no idea what I'm doing. Well, the murderer had no intention of taking the bullet from the scene. But, the murderer had to take the bullet.
Had to, Mr. Wright? What do you mean?
Well, for instance... For instance, what? Maybe the bullet, hit the murderer.
The bullet hit the murderer?
Just saying, for instance. I mean, if it hit you, you would have to take it with you, wouldn't you? It's not like you could perform surgery right there. You know? Oh, like it ricocheted off and then hit him too? Wait a second. I was just talking off the top of my head. But what if that's what really happened?
Let me get this straight. So at the time of the murderer themselves was shot? And they left with the second bullet still inside of them? Thus leaving only one bullet at the scene of the crime?
Yes. I guess that's how it worked, yes. Wait. Miles threw the gun, accidentally shot Yogi. That's when he heard that scream. Miles fainted. Yogi got the gun because he got shot and was mad. Shot Edgeworth, and then he left with the other bullet because the bullet was still inside of him. That's what it is.
But there's a problem with that. The other two people rescued from that elevator, Miles Edgeworth and Yanni Yogi, were both unharmed. So that would mean
the murderer came from outside, yes. Whoa. What the heck? Game changer. The two men fight inside the elevator. Trying to stop them, the boy picks up the pistol at his feet and throws it. The pistol discharges, and the bullet goes through the elevator door and hits the murderer outside. The boy loses consciousness. Then, the murderer opens the elevator door and sees the men inside. Wow.
Mr. Wright, you are truly the most unpredictable defense attorney I've ever known. I can tell you're grasping, yet I can't deny the possibility of what you say.
What are you saying? Deny it! Deny it! No one involved with the incident was wounded. There was no murderer. No one was wounded at the time of the incident. He's right. I can't think of anyone. Hey, Nick. Huh? I just thought of something really crazy. Crazy? Remember what Mr. Grossberg said yesterday?
Gregory Edgeworth dealt a blow to his perfect trial record.
Wow.
It must have been quite a shock for Von Karma. He took a vacation for several months after that, you see. Yes, an unusual event for the man. That was the first and the last vacation he's taken in his many years of prosecuting.
That makes sense. What if Von Karma didn't take that vacation because of shock, but took it because he was injured? Which would mean, it could only mean one thing. He was the murderer in the DL6 incident. He was the man who shot Gregory Edgeworth. It was Von Karma. Oh man.
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? You seem dazed.
No, Your Honor.
Well, you have indicated the possibility that the murderer came from outside. Can you give us the name of your suspect?
Uh-oh. Should I come out and say it now? Say it now? Save it for a better time. Ooh. I guess we gotta save it because we don't have any evidence that it was Von Karma. Wait, I don't have enough proof yet. This is my trump card. I better save it for the right time.
Mr. Wright, something the matter?
I'm fine, Your Honor. Shall we carry on with the trial then, That said, we have no farther to go. All that is left is the finish. In other words, the verdict. What? Not yet! Think, Mr. Wright. You have said that someone from the outside was the murderer. Yet, you cannot suggest anyone as a possible suspect. Which means your conjecture is worthless. And will be rejected, of course. Nick, now's no time to be holding on to that trump card. The trial's almost over. Alright, I may not know what I'm doing, but here goes. Your Honor, there is a suspect. One lone suspect.
Well, this is certainly interesting news. Very well, Mr. Wright. Who is your suspect?
My hands are shaking.
What?
Von Karma! Von Karma?
You mean the Von Karma? The prosecutor? The one standing right over there?
Bah!
You don't object?
I see no need. Why honor this ridiculous outburst with my objection? Because you took a vacation for several months starting the day after the incident. Yet you pride yourself on a perfect record. Why would you take such a long vacation without any reason? So you're claiming that I took a vacation to heal my injury from the incident? Fascinating. Prove it. It would have needed surgery, no? Where did I go under the knife at, Mr. Wright? Bring the doctor that operated on me. Have him testify. Nick, let's find out who his doctor is. It's no use. Edgeworth! I know Von Karma, perhaps too well. He's perfect. He wouldn't leave clues. He probably didn't undergo surgery. That would leave a doctor as a witness. Nobody's that perfect. So what, Nick? Did Von Karma pull the bullet out by himself? That's insane. No, he couldn't have. You can't just pull bullets out of yourself. Wait, what does that mean? That bullet has to be somewhere. But where? Wait, is it still inside of him? Can you produce evidence to prove that I was shot? Wait. We still have the metal detector. Show evidence. Alright, Von Karma, I'll prove it. And I'll even use evidence. I know how you like it so much. We only have one more chance. I'm pretty sure it's the metal detector. The evidence that proves Von Karma was shot is... Please tell me. Makes noise when metallic objects are near a useful detection device. Please. Von Karma is perfect. He wouldn't risk surgery, leaving an evidence trail. So then, I ask, where is that bullet now? I think it unlikely that Von Karma performed surgery on himself.
You don't mean...
I do. There is the possibility that the bullet is still inside Von Karma. Yes, guys, still inside.
Is that even possible? For all these years?
Well, there's one way to find out. We could use this metal detector. Well, Von Karma, I'm gonna run this over you and see what we find. Uh-oh, someone's sweating bullets! I refuse!
You refuse? But refusing this means... You acknowledge that the bullet is still inside you?
Uh-oh! Someone's fucky-wuckied! Your Honor, the defense requests that we be allowed to use this metal detector. Uh-oh, sweating again! Judge, I call for a suspension of this trial. This is an invasion of privacy. The statute of limitations runs out on this case today. It was you who said we had to end it right here, right now!
Enough! I permit the use of the metal detector. Mr. Von Karma, you will submit yourself to testing.
Nick, what does this mean? I don't know, but we have to give it a shot. Oh man, this is crazy. Whew. I'm so glad I thought of that metal detector thing. Uh-oh, 3 beeps, you're screwed. It reacted. Something's inside his right shoulder. The bullet! Mr. Von Karma? You. It was you. I was afraid this would happen. And so, I remained silent. Indeed, there is a bullet in my shoulder. However, it has nothing to do with this incident. What? I was shot in the shoulder long before the DL6 incident. I claim that the bullet in my shoulder has no relation to DL6. Come on, you guys don't believe that?
But Mr. Von Karma, can you prove that?
Prove? I have no obligation to prove anything. It is Mr. Wright who must prove something here. Not I.
Mr. Wright? Well, can you prove it? Can you prove that the bullet in Von Karma's shoulder was from DL6?
Of course you can't. You don't have any of the DL6 evidence. That's because you took it out of the records room yesterday. With no proof, you cannot convict me of any crime. So sorry, Mr. Wright. No, I'm the one who's sorry, Mr. Von Karma. What? You were close. One day away from freedom. But, you see, I have proof! What? Who would have thought you would dig your own grave trying to convict Edgeworth? I can link that bullet in your shoulder to the DL6 incident. And here's my final proof. It's gotta be the bullet. Because if that bullet is the same as the bullet in his shoulder, then he's done. But I only have one more chance, so this has gotta be it. Take that!
That's... a bullet?
Where did you get that? This is the bullet used in the DL6 incident. This was taken from the heart of the victim, Mr. Gregory Edgeworth. The bullet is preserved quite nicely, with all the ballistic markings intact. Ballistic markings. Yes, sir. You may recall the term. It came up in the first trial 2 days ago.
Ballistic markings are the fingerprints of a weapon. All bullets fired from a gun are marked with that weapon's unique pattern. By examining the markings, you can tell which weapon fired the bullet. It's quite accurate.
We have 2 bullets in our possession. One the bullet removed from Gregory Edgeworth's heart. The other, Mr. Von Karma, is the bullet buried in your shoulder. We could analyze both bullets. Then, if the markings matched, we would know that both bullets had been fired from the same gun! The very same pistol, in other words, the murder weapon that killed Gregory Edgeworth. Mr. Von Karma, you will let us remove the bullet from your shoulder. Then, we'll compare the ballistic markings to those on this bullet. And solve this case once and for all. Well, Mr. Von Karma? Oh, man. He's oh-wahing pretty loud there. Oh, boy. That's gonna be a mess right there. That scream. I've heard that scream before. Wait, I know! Help! I can't breathe! Quiet! I said quiet! You're not making this any easier. Stop breathing my air! I'll stop you! Stop breathing my air! Get away! Get away from my father! Bang. Ah! That Von Karma pussy boy scream. It's that scream I heard in the elevator 15 years ago. Von Karma! It was you who screamed! Yes, guys, and he screamed like a little pussy!
Mr. Von Karma!
Whoa! Edgeworth! Only you would dare defy me! So it was you. You and your father are my curse! Father shamed me with a penalty on my record. Damn, dude, chill. You left a scar on my shoulder that would never fade. I'll bury you! I'll bury you with my bare hands! Death! Death! Dang, dude. That's permanent brain damage right there. 15 years earlier. Chief Prosecutor, I'm sorry. Von Karma, it's not like you to make this kind of error. I never would have thought that Edgeworth would be the one to catch you. I was careless. I'm sorry, but you will have to be penalized. I covered for you in the past, but not this time. Edgeworth. It was a shock like none I had ever known. Me, penalized? It took hours for me to regain my composure. Suddenly, I found myself in the darkness. I was in the court records room. I must have wandered in there without thinking where I was going. The room was pitch black. The lights must have gone out. I went out in the hall and felt my way to the elevator. I pressed the button, but nothing happened. Then, there was a noise. I was in pain. A horrible burning pain in my shoulder. Just then, the lights came back on. The elevator door opened before my eyes. I saw 3 people inside, all lying unconscious from oxygen deprivation. Much to my surprise, a pistol lay at my feet. I knew then it was destiny. In his last moments, Gregory Edgeworth was still unconscious. He died, never knowing who had shot him. Later, he spoke through a medium, blaming Mr. Yogi. He was fooled. It was the perfect crime. How is his face still fine after banging it on that wall for like 10 seconds? Who would have thought another man would have come to open that elevator door? Judge!
What?
What are you doing? Do your job. Bring it into this miserable charade. Now! End it!
Very well. It appears that we have come a very long way to the end of this maze. 15 years later. Mr. Miles Edgeworth?
Yes, Your Honor.
You are innocent. You are innocent. As you said, it was all a nightmare.
Yes, Your Honor.
This court finds the defendant, Miles Edgeworth,
not guilty. Woo! Yeah, and the confetti again. Don't pour any on Von Karma, because he's guilty, though.
That is all. This court is adjourned.
What about Von Karma? Is he gonna go to jail? December 28, 5:38 p.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 2. We saved Edgy Boy. That's all that matters. Right here, deep down in our heart. Nick! Nick! We did it! Did you see his face? Von Karma looked even paler than usual. He's pretending to be all cool, but inside you crushed him, Nick. Crushed! I gotta say, I'm impressed. It was pretty close, though. I was sure we'd had it. I know, I was on the verge of tears the whole time, myself. But now it's all just a good memory. So, it's finally over, Edgeworth. Right. Yeah? I'm not sure how to say this. I know. Try thank you. I see. Thank you, Wright? You're welcome. I think you could have done better than that. Sorry, I'm not good at this sort of thing. You got a lot to learn, Edgeworth. She's got you there. Whoa! Amazing, pal! You pulled through just like I thought you would. I'll never forget this. I owe you one, pal. And tonight, let's party! Dinner's on me! Yeah, my salary went down a bit this month. But who cares? See, Mr. Edgeworth? You should take a lesson from Detective Gumshoe. That's how you say thank you. I see. Woo! I feel foolish. Don't worry. Take it a little at a time. You'll get used to it. It's been 15 years since I've seen Edgeworth this unguarded. Hey, y'all! The hell you doing here, Lotta? Y'all were great in there. Thank you. Yo, Edgeworth, congrats. Thank y'all very much. I knew you were innocent from the start, of course. Just look at you. You wouldn't stick your hand in the cookie jar even if no one was there. You were the witness on the first day of the trial, weren't you? Yeah, well, let bygones be bygones, eh? Speaking of which, what are you doing now, Lotta? Who, me? Oh, I went back to college. In 2 days. I gave up trying to be an investigative photographer pretty quick. What about them UFOs? Really? That's too bad. Huh? Isn't that the hot dog guy from the park? Huh? Oh, Harry's stinking freaking butts. It's over, Nick. My life is over. Why the sad face, Larry? What happened now? Oh, Nick. I'm not long for this world. You don't look sick. It's Kianse. She's gonna live in Paris. Paris, Nick! She's leaving me behind. Should have seen that coming. Yo, Edgy! There you are. Yes. Here I am. Congrats, Edgy! Here, a little gift from me in celebration. Celebration? That's unusual for you. Harry Butts! You come along tonight too. My treat, pal. Huh? Oh, thanks. Looking forward to it. Yo, Nick. That's the suit that questioned me. When he says treat, that's not police talk for prison food, right? Right? I think you'll be fine, Larry. Right? Yeah? What's up? That envelope that Larry gave me. It's got money in it. Well, yeah, that's not that strange. People give money away to celebrate sometimes. It's $38, right? Huh? What a weird amount. I mean, it's not a little, but it's not a lot either. $38 exactly? Oh, Harry stinking freaking Butts is the kid that stole the money. No wonder he was absent that day. Nick! Wasn't that exactly the amount of lunch money that was stolen from Mr. Edgeworth in school? $38. No. No! Larry, it was you? What are you so surprised about, right? Huh? Larry was absent that day from school, right? But that doesn't automatically rule him out as a suspect. What? Think back to that day 15 years ago. Larry took the day off, but he was bored, so he came into school anyway. Then he saw the money lying there, and the rest is history. I never was good at history. Edgeworth, you didn't know, did you? I suspected. I just couldn't picture Larry protecting you like he did that day. Everyone else was saying you did it. The whole class was against you, remember? Yeah, too well. Right, you may not know this, but we used to have a saying back in school. When something smells, it's usually the butts. I know. Really, Wright, I'm surprised you didn't figure it out. Well, this sure is an unexpected turn of events, eh? Edgeworth. You should have told me. Now, Nick, it was 15 years ago. Don't you think the statute of limitations has run out, Mr. Edgeworth? I'd say so, yes. There you have it. Where does that leave me? I became a defense attorney because of what you two did. Well, you always have been something of an insufferable emotionalist. Yeah, and you get worked up too easily, too. Death! The death sentence to both of you! Man, if only I had known, I'd have become a prosecutor. The same goes for me, only the other way around. For the longest time, I thought that I might have killed my own father. I thought I might be a criminal. I became a prosecutor in part to punish myself. If I had known the truth, I might have become a defense attorney after all. Edgeworth. Want to switch right? Hey y'all, line up, I'll take a photo. Hey, photo time, let's go. And after that, dinner on me. Let me see that photo. Come on. Detective Gumshoe took us out on the town that night. We celebrated Edgeworth's newfound freedom, even though Edgeworth himself was still in detention. December 29, 5:02 a.m., Wright & Co. Law Offices. Damn, they going to work that early? You got me messed up. Whoa, I went a little overboard yesterday. My head hurts. Huh? It's still only 5. Maybe I should go back to sleep. What's this? A letter? Good morning, Nick. You were really impressive yesterday. Seeing you, it made me think about what I'm doing here. I'm a spirit medium, in training of course. I wanted to help Mr. Edgeworth too. I wanted to help you, but I couldn't. I was useless. So I've decided to go back to my training. No! Maya, no! I'll become a full-fledged spirit medium for starters. I couldn't say it to your face, so I left this letter. Goodbye, Nick. Aww, come on! Goodbye? What time is it? Gah, the first trains for the mountains have already left. To the station! Yes, to the station we go! Is she even on this train? I guess I'm too late. Hey! Nick? Maya! So, you're leaving? Yeah. It's hard being a spirit medium who can't talk to spirits. And I think you'll do fine without me, Nick. Be good, okay? Aww.
Hold it!
Ah, yeah, hold it! You ain't going nowhere! Wait! What? I never could have saved Edgeworth without your help. Huh? On the last day of the trial, I heard her. I heard Mia's voice. You heard my sister? Yes, only her voice, but still. It was at the very end when I thought we'd lost everything. Well, that's my sister for you. Detective Gumshoe helped, and Mr. Grossberg, and even Larry. I'm the only one who couldn't help. I was useless, Nick. But you were the one who stopped on Karma, Maya. Huh? I didn't do anything. All I did was wander around in a daze. Sorry, but I have evidence that you helped. Evidence? Show Maya some evidence to cheer her up. What the heck? Oh my god, I don't know. Well, the only reason we knew that there was a bullet inside of On Karma is because Mia told us that there was a bullet, and it was from this. So we're gonna say, take that! A bullet? On Karma was convinced he had taken all of the evidence pertaining to DL6. But you were the one who rescued the last piece of evidence we needed. Oh yeah, she was the one that took the evidence. I thought it's because the bullet matched the one that Von Karma had in the shoulder. But she actually grabbed the bag. Duh. This was the bullet that put an end to Von Karma. And you were the one who gave it to me. Nick. Thanks, Maya. I couldn't have done it without you. I'll be back soon. Huh? I'm going to complete my training and come back. Okay. I'll be waiting. Of course you will. You can't run that office by yourself. You're hopeless. I don't know about that. So, this is it. See you soon, Maya. Aww. Thanks, Nick. And so my story ends. Time to turn a new page. And say goodbye to the novice defense attorney that I once was. Now a new story begins. With the same old crazy cast of characters. Ha! Don't think you've graduated yet, amateur.
Mr. Wright, perhaps you'd like to rethink that claim?
Yes, Your Honor. Uh-oh. I got a bad feeling about this. Wow, that was it. That was the very end of the first Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney game. Oh, and there's the photo of all of them. Let's go. Victory. Oh, what a great photo. I hope all these people are in the next game. They all gotta be there. If not, I'm gonna be sad. Capcom, damn. I can't believe I'm this late to the Phoenix Wright party. Hold it. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. A brand new episode has been added. Rise from the Ashes. Oh, dang. Okay, so the first game isn't even over. There's a Rise from the Ashes episode. If you guys want to see that, make sure you guys give this video one big fat like. And tell a friend today that Jay from the Kubz Scouts is that dude!